Okay. Out of the 3 clicks, do you see yourself as a brony, a twihard, or a believer?
Oh my god!
Who do you want to offend?
What's a brony?
It is something.
That's a whole other panel, man. My Little Pony fans.
Oh, My Little Pony fans? Oh, definitely a brony. Definitely a brony. Oh, definitely a brony. All right.
That is true. That is
Is
true.
that a tough question?
Nope.
No? Okay, well, that's good for you. All right.
Thank you, man.
All right, thank you.
It's going to be on your IMDb bio now. Yes.
Hi. So I was just wondering, you do the salmon run, I think it's called, in the title sequence of Arrow. How hard did you have to train to be able to do that?
I was doing all the parkour just for the one parkour sequence that we have in the pilot, because that was one of the first things that was written in. Oliver does parkour. And while I was there, our director, Dave Nutter, again, he found out that the salmon ladder was at this gym that I was training at. He just asked me if I could do it. I guess. And no, and it came pretty quickly. I didn't used to go to the gym before I got cast as Oliver, and the one thing that I had in my apartment in Hollywood was a chin-up bar. So I was really good at the chin-up aspect, and then the whole taking the bar off the rung and putting it to another bar thing, it came pretty quick. It's like a dance move.
Cool. I just want to say you're probably my favorite casting for Green Arrow, and I really love the part and where you've taken it.
Oh, thank you so much. Thank you very much.
Hi. Have you had any, before Arrow, did you have any previous archery experience?
Is that Nissa?
Yes.
Hey, Nissa.
Hi. And do you have any interesting stories about the learning process of archery on the Arrow show?
I'd never done archery before. I did it one time. I was like 12 years old, and that was one of the very first things that I did when I got to Vancouver. I got to Vancouver about 3 or 4 weeks before we started shooting the show, and Patricia Gonsalves, who's the archery coach, we worked together every day. And the very first thing that she did, I've told this story a bunch of times, but it remains funny to me, is she sat me down and showed me a really long mashup of all the ways that archery has been done incorrectly in film and television. And she just announced that I would not be doing that. And apparently there is a derogatory term in the archery community called legolosing. And Patricia has no, she's not, I'd like her to be scared of me, but she's not. She comes up to me at like 3 o'clock in the morning when we're doing a fight sequence and I'm exhausted and yells at me to get my elbow up, or just, she's very, very nitpicky in the best possible way. I'm glad that she's there.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Hey, Steven.
Hey.
3 questions. 1, why did you change your cousin's show, Tomorrow People, on Monday instead of Wednesday when your show's on Wednesday?
Simple answer right there, I don't run the network. I have no idea.
And second, the question earlier when someone said about Felicia, the guy that she liked that got electrocuted back in Chicago, do you know what the kind of story connected to that one?
Sorry, say again?
No, the Felicia, what's her name?
Felicity?
The guy that she liked that moved
Barry. Because she liked Barry, and then he got, right, and then he got electrocuted, or struck by lightning.
Yeah, there's anything going on with that one?
There's a lot going on with Barry Allen at the moment. There's a lot. He's still in a coma, but yeah, there's a lot going on with him.
Is it gonna have like some power connected to that?
I would imagine so.
And also it's just gonna be
Don't spoil it.
Okay. And are there gonna be a red arrow in some part?
I would imagine that hopefully that's where Roy's journey takes him, but
yeah,
we shall see.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Hi.
Hi.
What are your favorite pizza toppings?
I'm sorry, there's no personal questions.
What is the? Oh God, there's the one. Rebellious Tomato. Okay, just in general, it's a Vancouver pizza joint. Tell them I sent you. Maybe they'll give me a discount eventually. It's really expensive. Rebellious Tomato is good. I like chicken. I like a good gluten-free crust. Otherwise, if they can do it, it's a big thing for me. Pineapples, tomatoes, lots of meat, stuff like that.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Hey, Steven.
Hey.
How's it going?
Pretty good.
That's good. So.
Yeah, I'm kind of hungry now.
Same here, Joe. I'm being hungry as well.
Yeah.
Do you have a scene that is really difficult to to do, like in the series Arrow?
Yeah, the tough. Well, I've filmed two incredibly difficult scenes. For me on the show. One of them being Tommy's final scene in the first season, and again we have a brutal scene coming up that it's always tough when you work with people for a while and then you're not working with them anymore. It's difficult because oftentimes you have to divorce the things that you're feeling in real life when you make bonds with these people from what's actually happening in the scene. Like my character might be happy somebody's dying and I'm very sad, so those are always tough.
So I guess no surprise, but season 3 is a go, right?
Oh yeah, season 3's happening. Big
Awesome.
Time. Oh yeah.
Good luck, Steven.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Hi, I'm just wondering if Barry Allen is going to come back as the Flash later on this season.
Barry's not coming back to our show this year, as far as I know. Originally, he was going to be in our 20th episode, but then, not to pull the curtain too far back, but people were so happy with the way Grant played the Barry Allen character that they decided to make it its own pilot. So if that series happens, they'll be on the fall schedule. But I would keep an eye on things happening around the finale for the Barry Allen character.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
Hi there.
Hey.
So I was flipping through Netflix one day and watching a comedy called Blue Mountain State. Found yourself playing Travis in the first season.
That's right.
And that seems like a very fun set and a very fun cast to be around. The same with the Arrow cast.
Yeah.
I was curious, do you have any stories from not just Blue Mountain State or Arrow itself, but your many casts you've been with? Any funny stories from filming?
What's the funniest? I mean, just with Arrow, just goofing around. I mean, David Ramsey and I'm really not sure how we ever get anything done. We're just constantly goofing on each other and going back and forth. And no, it's with respect to Blue Mountain State, the episodes that you saw, all my scenes with Alan Richardson, who played Aquaman at one point, I think. All that stuff is not scripted. All that stuff, when he's singing to me and saying "best friends for life" and stuff like that was not in the script. And I'm just trying not to laugh.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, guys, we got about 5 minutes left, so we're going to try to knock these out real quick.
I think that's more on me than it is on them.
Hi, Steven. I was just wondering if you could be any other hero besides Arrow or villain, who would you be and why?
Contractually, I can't pick Batman. No, it's pretty good. He's pretty good. You know what? The Riddler. I always liked the Riddler growing up, and it hasn't been done in the modern incarnation of the Batman world, unless you consider 1995 modern, which I do not. And although I did like Batman Forever when it came out, it hasn't aged very well, but I liked it when it came out. And yeah, the Riddler.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Green Arrow is a well-known character. How did you approach the character to make it your own? And will we ever see Olicity happen?
Two very different questions. You know, it's very important when you're playing a character to not do an impersonation of what anybody else has done. So it was incredibly important for me to just focus on what was on the page for the pilot, what I knew about the character. It's up to me to create a backstory that doesn't even exist on the page. And yeah, as far as Oliver and Felicity goes, I mean, it's just cool that the fans, that a segment of the fans for the show want it to happen. I don't know if it's gonna happen, man. I don't know these things.
Thank you.
Thank you. I mean, I do, but I'm not gonna say it.
Hey, Steven.
Hi.
Well, there have been many references to like Nightwing made on the show and Bloodhaven. And,
Yeah.
like, Barry Allen and like his nephew or later becomes the Flash or Kid Flash, and then there's Speedy. So is there like gonna be like crossovers with Nightwing, Speedy, Flash, stuff like that?
I know it's cool to have Bloodhaven exist in our universe. Boy, people love the Nightwing character. They love it a lot. So I don't know. It depends on what DC would let us do. I know that if we got the green light to use Nightwing, he would be written into an episode in like 2.3 seconds. So we'll see.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Hi, Steven.
Hey, man.
We met yesterday. We have the same birthday.
You're a year younger than
Yeah.
me, right?
You, me, and Enrique Iglesias.
Is that true?
That's true.
Do you know that our birthday is National Outdoor Intercourse Day?
Very cool. My question for you is...
That's true, by the way.
When explaining to friends my interest in the Green Arrow character, easily comes across as a lot of similarities with the Batman character. And, you know, the sidekick and the rich playboy, things like that. What can I tell my friends as the defining sort of signature characteristic only belonging to Arrow, maybe with his motivations, as opposed to donning the cape, you know, with tragedy and trying to not let that happen to anyone else ever again? What makes Arrow put the hood on it at night?
Well, that's actually what we've been really trying to explore in the series. You know, through our first season, it was revenge. And through our second season, it's trying to become a hero, doing it to honor people. I think the thing that we get into with the Arrow character, and the good thing is with our show is that as we move through it, there's an idea of moving more towards the iconography of the character that people know from the comic books. Whether or not that includes a weird goatee, I'm not sure. But I would say that the thing that separates Oliver Queen from Bruce Wayne would be political motivation and the interest in making a difference in a public forum as Oliver Queen. I think I mean, the Bruce Wayne character is sort of relegated to just that playboy persona. He never really steps out as somebody that is interested in the greater good as Bruce Wayne, the public figure. I think Oliver will eventually on the show.
Thanks, man.
Thank you. All right. Hey, man.
So
it's the last question. You better make it good.
So now Malcolm Merlin's alive, and
what?
Yeah, he's alive. So is there gonna be a fight?
Is he here?
I don't know. But
I'm sorry.
Is there gonna be a fight between Deathstroke, Dark Archer, and Arrow?
You know what I always thought would be cool. I mean, the short answer is I can't say. The longer answer is I always thought that would be cool with the Deathstroke character being such a destructive force. And that's been my favorite part of this season, is how awesome Manu Bennett has been, because you are only as good on a superhero show as your villain. I mean, the reason that The Dark Knight is the best of the Batman trilogy is because of Heath Ledger. That, I mean, he was incredible. My opinion. I always thought it would be really cool if the Dark Archer and the Green Arrow had to become allies to defeat Deathstroke, or we could just have a three-way fight. But either option would be pretty epic. That's for sure.
Thank you.
Thanks, man.
Just to close this out, I'm curious because this is obviously a big fan convention and people are here because of what they love and they love you and they love the show. What's the thing that you geek out about? What's the thing that like you love as a fan?
I really love to see how people react to the show. John Barrowman always told me that the difference between a second season and a first season in terms of how invested people are in the show is like night and day, and it has been. It's been really motivating and incredible to see how invested people have become in the show. And when I meet people and they bring me a drawing, or they have such a particular question or a theory about the show, or they post something to my Facebook page that is obviously a lot of thought and effort have gone into it, it makes a 189-day shooting season feel like a walk in the park. We know on the show, from the top level to the production assistant who's getting paid minimum wage, we know how important the fan base is and how we would have no show to make if we didn't have people to watch it. So that's what I geek out over. I geek out over people loving the show.
Thank you. Stephen Amell, ladies and
Thank you,
gentlemen.
everybody.